Hola and welcome to my 7 ways to honor and remember your loved ones who have passed during the holiday season. The holiday season can be a time of immeasurable joy filled with 2 of my favorite things, family gatherings and yummy food. But for those of us who have lost a loved one or several loved ones that were once a part of every family celebration or gathering, the holidays can be especially difficult. Their absence from the festivities is felt acutely, and if this is your first season without your loved one, you may not feel like celebrating at all. However, if you have children, it's important to continue to celebrate the holidays, and additionally, keeping with traditions may also help to lift your own spirits. Within the past 6 years, I have lost my ex-husband and father of my only child, John, my mother, Estela, my father, Gregorio, and just last week, our precious kitty cat, Pumpkin Pie, who had helped my daughter and I through all of these devastating losses. However, although these beautiful, wonderful family members are no longer physically with us, the love that we feel for them and the memories that we have of them will never die. I also believe that they do continue to love us after they are gone. I believe that true love endures. There are many different ways in which people honor and remember their loved ones who have passed. Many families visit and decorate grave sites of their loved ones during the holidays, and that is definitely a meaningful and heartfelt practice. But it's something that's done away from the home, so it adds to that sense of separation that we're already feeling. There are ways, however, to remember and include your loved ones right at home. In this short video, I'm going to tell you 7 of the ways in which my family and I honor, remember, and include our loved ones during the holidays, so make sure you watch until the end. Hola chicas poderosas, I'm Mari Rosas, self-love trainer, and this is my YouTube channel, Chica Power, where you learn how to fall in love with yourself first. A minute here and ask a favor. If you like this video and find it helpful, please give it a like, and please, por favor, subscribe to my channel. You can also ring the bell, that way you're notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, let's get started. Number 1 is a box of memories. My daughter and I have a tradition during the weeks leading up to Christmas where I put a pad of paper and a pen on our coffee table next to an ornamental box. We each write memories of John on the note pages, fold them up, and put them in the box. On Christmas Day, as we open our gifts, we also open and read the memories. It's a beautiful way to include him in our holiday. You can also do this for your beloved pets, as they are full-fledged family members. We keep the memories from past years in the box as well, for a cumulative effect. Number 2 is set a place for them at the table. We always have some empty chairs around our Thanksgiving table for my mommy, papi, and John. I like to think that they're sitting there with us, listening to what we're saying and maybe having their own conversations. Some folks would actually put out a place setting for their loved ones. Do what feels right for you. Number 3 is light a candle. Growing up in a Latino household, I always saw my mommy lighting candles for different occasions. She lit a candle for El Día de la Virgen de la Caridad del Cobre, or Our Lady of Charity on September 8th. She would also light candles in front of photos of the deceased on their birthdays or the anniversaries of their deaths. So this is a tradition that I've continued in my house. I also like to light a candle on Mother's Day or Father's Day. It's also a nice thing to do for Christmas or Thanksgiving if you're home. It's a beautiful and symbolic way to honor and remember them. Number 4 is to cook something that they loved. My sister has this beautiful tradition of cooking something that my parents loved on their birthdays and or Mother's Day and Father's Day. My mother's birthday just passed, and she loved those little Kraft caramel cubes. She always had a stash of them in the house. And this year, my sister made homemade caramels in my mommy's honor. Similarly, my daughter and I used to make Christmas bark together every year for her dad. He loved the Christmas bark. And even after we got divorced, we used to make it for him as a gift. So after he died, we continued the tradition of making it every year. We started making it to give to her teachers at school. But the act of making it together is dedicated to him, and therefore it honors him. Number 5 is do some of the things that they loved to do, especially at family gatherings. My parents, especially my papi, loved to play dominoes, and my mommy loved Chinese checkers. My ex-husband loved to sing karaoke. Organizing a game or an activity that your loved ones really enjoyed is a great way to remember them and to include them in your life and or your gatherings. If they were still around, you would be doing these things, right? There's no reason why you should stop just because they are no longer physically there. Do it in their honor. Number 6 is to say the things that they used to say. This one goes hand in hand with the one above. My mother had a habit of running very late with the cooking when she hosted guests for meal at her house. She was also the last one to sit down at the table because she was old school Latina, and she always waited on my father first. So by the time that we actually said grace, most everyone at the table had already started to eat a little bit. So mommy would always laughingly add this little addendum to the prayer of grace. She would say, donde quiera que se encuentre, which translates into wherever it may be found. And she was referring to the meal on the table and in the tummies of those who had already begun to eat. We often add these words to our prayer of grace just to remember my sweet mommy, even though we tend to eat on time in my household, most of the time anyway. Number 7 is tree of remembrance. If you put up a tree for the holidays, there are many ways in which you can honor and remember your loved ones with your tree. You can, of course, include any of their favorite ornaments or maybe any ornaments which they themselves actually made. We have this precious ceramic ornament that my ex-husband made when he was 13 years old. And we have a few vintage wooden ornaments that my papi had gifted me from his garage sale treasures. He loved going to garage sales and buying things. So those are very special ornaments to us. But you can also make ornaments featuring things that remind you of your loved ones or even photos. This is a great activity to do with children and a great way to remember the loved ones. See the links in my descriptions for some ideas there. But you can also order ornaments with the photos of your loved ones, and usually they can be personalized even further with names and maybe even memorial years through places like Shutterfly, Snapfish, Personalization Mall, Vistaprint, or even Walmart photo. You can create a new one every year to add to your tree. Well, that's it for today, chicas. My beautiful mommy often used refranes to land her message. A refrán is a wise Latina saying or adage. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I like to end each one with a refrán, and this is a way in which I honor my mommy's memory for sure. This time I couldn't really find a refrán that was appropriate, so I decided to coin my own. So today's nugget of wisdom from this Latina who has learned firsthand about loss is: los amados en muerte o en vida nunca se olvidan, which translates into the loved ones in death or in life are never forgotten. Memories of our loved ones will never die if we strive to keep them alive. Many of the practices in this video can actually be adopted year-round and will serve to keep the memories of your loved ones in your home and in your daily life forever and ever, chicas poderosas. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If so, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and please give me your feedback and or your questions in the comments down below. I read and respond to them all. I also invite you to follow me on Instagram. You can find me at Marirosas_Chica Power for lots more inspirational content. Besos y abrazos a todas. Hugs and kisses to all. Mwah.